Well, guys, welcome to Fish Hook. It is 6 o'clock Central Time, and we're going to have an exciting time together. So I look forward to everybody as they come on board to tell us where you're from and maybe how long you've been tuning into Chatting on Charles. We've had some great sessions so far, and I look forward to talking with you guys. It's been awesome. It's been awesome so far. We've had, I want to say we've had some great comments coming in on our videos, and I want to tell everybody thank you very much. They have been absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. We've had great dialogue back and forth, and I continue to welcome everybody's comments. It's been good. I hope, and I think it's going to get better and better and better. So as you guys come on board, and those who want to chat, I welcome everybody that's watching now. For those who want to chat, let me know where you guys are from. Please announce that. Put that on the board. And if you got anything particularly you guys want to talk about, that's what we're here for. I want to tell you a little bit about, I just got back home to Tennessee Sunday night. I drove home. I normally fly, but I spent the last 3 weeks in Florida and had a really good time. I have to tell you, the fishing was ridiculously disappointing. We did inshore. I only took the boat out once because we've had a lot of bad weather. DM Goston, how's it going? Yeah, good, man. Tell me where you're from as you guys come on board. We've had really slow fishing. I did a lot of inshore wading and stuff. Robin, how you doing, man? Mr. Knoxville, yes. You've been watching me since the first day. Thank you. We got to die hard here. Well, this is getting really better and better. I'm getting a little more comfortable, as you can tell. Alaska. Way to go, brother. I probably have talked to him. Forgive me if I don't know. Send me some emails too, guys. Let me know, because I keep record of my contacts, and I'll save you as a contact. Absolutely. I remember now talking to you in Alaska. Well, good to have you on board, man. We are getting right now in Tennessee. Just talk a little bit about the weather and such. I've been on that subject. It's beastly today. It's been anywhere from like 92 to almost 97, 98. Yesterday, I think it hit 100. That was ridiculous. And the humidity is compounding that on top of that. So it's been slow going here. I'm glad I'm in the AC business and plumbing. It's a good business to be in. But when we were in Florida, 3 weeks there, did a lot of investigation, made some good inroads into different places to go fishing. But the weather was ridiculous. It rained a lot. And then for the one day that I was able to take the boat out inshore here, and I'm not in Tampa Bay where I'm taking it out, they said it was going to be 3 miles an hour all day. They had 15-mile-an-hour winds, 2.5, 3-foot seas. And I'm only not even a mile from the shore. I was being slapped. I have a 23-foot Hydra Sport center console. I was being slapped all over the place. Well, good to see you, man. Yeah, definitely check up after when we're done. Thank you. And but it was a little bit disappointing going there. I had high hopes, man. We were going to really kill it, but truly, there's a YouTube station called Fisherman's Life. This is the Fisherman's Life. I don't get let down anymore. Now, everything's a learning curve. We did a lot of filming in the food end of the channel, and then on the fishing end, we did filming too. We posted some videos, the grunt video, Amy and I fishing. We had a blast. And if you guys did see the grunt video, let me tell you about that in the time frame we were out there, which was about 5 or 6 hours, we're fishing. We did have a nice day. That was a video that I had to finish up, and I didn't do it on this trip. Well, I want to tell you that the grunts were great, man. We caught like 6 or 7 grunts. It was great. We threw a lot of smaller ones back. but we only filmed the highlights. I'm not going to bore you with constantly the same thing, but we had 3 hookups. I opened up with the trailer of something just wailing on Amy's line, and she's only fishing with it was a 3000, a BG 3000. You're not going to stop a freight train. So I used to get hyped up when I was first doing this. I said, oh my goodness, I got to get in. And it was a huge letdown. It's not that way anymore. Now you kind of get used to that. You're going to get behemoths under there that are going to whack your bait, and they're going to give you a good run for your money. You just better hope that you have beefy enough tackle that you can at least bring them to the surface and see. There's my daughter, Jonna. How you doing, hon? But it's so exciting because I only showed the picture of Amy with I don't know what it was, but man, it was peeling line and I couldn't stop it. So I told her, get behind the wheel. She doesn't ever drive the boat hardly. And I got to practice with her because in an emergency situation, she needs to get on there if I'm following a fish. And this one we had to. But the funny thing was that we 2 other times we hooked up with fish. I hooked up one time in the back. I had my heavy duty rod with 50-pound braid conventional, TRD 2000 reel, and a Charter Special 2000 Shimano, one of the best reels. It's not a fancy, good-looking reel. It's all graphite. It's got a beautiful, solid aluminum spool. It's like indestructible. It's a workhorse, and it can get up to 33 pounds of drag. You'll pay $500 for a reel with that today in that category of conventional. And this thing holds tremendous amount of braid. So I put 50-pound braid on the atom, good heavy mono leader, free line and some bait out there. We had cut squid, and man, did I get whaled on. And I'm telling you, with that rod, I had a good boat rod, 7 foot. It was a red bone boat rod, rated for 50 to 60, I think, pounds of line. That thing was bent about 25% down, and I could not. I had that drag cranking down, and it was just like this. I could not stop it. So you're going to get times like that. You can't, if you horse the fish in, you're going to break your line and maybe lose a good bait. So, a good lure. And all you guys, if you've done it long enough, I pay $5 to $10 to $15 a lure. I'm not about to make any more donations. Not with the lures. I want to be smart about it. So I tried to follow this guy, and we had 3 good fights while we were fishing for grunts. So you never know what you're going to run into. So when I usually go on a boat, this wasn't even on the subject of what I was going to talk about tonight, but when you go on a boat and you plan a fishing trip, be prepared. Like when I go out, I take at least 4, maybe 5 rods. I have one hooked up the top, one for free lining, another one maybe with a popping cork, depending on the type of fishing and where I'm going. Another one with either a spoon or maybe a Doc's jig on it, something that I could whale out there real fast and rip it in case this fast I see a blitz, maybe bonito, bonita, who knows? It could be mackerel breaking on the surface with jacks, just chowing down. I want to get a piece of that, and I want to be prepared. So I have different rods with different lengths, all rigged up, ready to go, quick. Even if I'm jigging and I see something breaking, bam, put it in the rod holder, grab that rod and whale out there. That's how you're prepared. That's part of, and you guys that are watching, you know what fishing is. Be prepared. Be prepared for anything that could happen. Have your rain, and I'm talking weather-wise too, have your rain jacket and so forth. But just be prepared because you don't know what you're going to hit. You don't know how the weather's going to change. You don't know what kind of fish are going to be coming in across your path. You want to be ready. You want to be ready. So enough of that, but that video was awesome. We had so much fun catching grunts. Amy out caught me on the grunts. It's with light tackle. I mean, we were fishing 15-pound braid, and the rods are bending over. And these little guys, they have feisty little things. But grunts can get pretty good size, and they can really give you, really jack your rod all over the place if you're not there. And then my honey's on the line. Hey, honey. She's in Florida tonight. But anyway, I told you guys a little bit that we produced quite a few videos. We're in the process of editing them right now. I'm in the process of doing that. Let me tell you some of the upcoming and some of the experiences Amy and I had. We were traveling in Tampa and just looking for some good seafood places. I want to examine them and see if they're worthy of a good video. Well, we came to a cool place. I might have mentioned it last week. It's called Frankie's Lobster, Lobstah Trap, Lobster Trap. It's on the first floor of a mall. It's an outdoor section of a food court, really upper class mall, the International Mall there in Tampa, Florida. And it was a great experience. I don't want to give away everything, but they served us, and this is the first time for me, and I think Amy also, for warm water lobster. Lobster caught anywhere from the Keys to Cuba to Bahamas. That part of the Caribbean is warm water lobster. And that's a first experience for me having it, and it was just the tail. They don't have claws. They are spiny-tailed lobsters. So that's another story in itself. We talked a little bit on lobsters before, and I'd like to educate you as I get educated in things that I learn that I think are really interesting. I want to involve you guys in this as well. So we did a nice video on that. We interviewed. It so happens that the guy that's our waiter, his name was Frankie, no relation to the owner. And here's another cool thing. We stumbled on this. It's a locally owned restaurant from a local guy in Clearwater, and his name is Frankie. I don't know his last name, but it's in the video. And it's his first restaurant. And they said, I think they've been there, I want to say a year to 2 years. I haven't been to this mall a lot. They're doing excellent, they said. I think they had maybe 25 seats, 30 seats, just different types of seating arrangements. Very nice. And they had in a horseshoe-shaped bar for people that want to eat there or drink or whatever have you. So it's very nice, very clean, the decor was beautiful. They had lobster traps for all the lighting up on top, coming down. The lights were inside lobster traps. I mean, it was very eclectic, very cool, very trendy, and give you that industrial feel. And the service was excellent, so nothing bad to say about it at all. And that's all I want to say about that. But I have that is coming in, I think, next Monday. I think it's next Monday, the 23rd, that will be airing. And then now I talked to you guys about the Blackstone Tailgater combo. Oh yes, my wife can remind me, 2 years in great ambiance. Absolutely, absolutely. Now I brought my Tailgater combo, the Blackstone Tailgater combo that I told you I bought. It's 36 inches wide, and there's two cooking stations on it. Facing it on the right is the grill, a grill pan, where it has the stainless steel H burner, just like the one me and Jack did a review on. And that was a 22-inch model. This is 17 inches wide, a grill pan, a grill station. And then next to it, which is removable just like that, but it has a cover, is an actual grill with two narrow cast iron grates. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very heavy duty for something so small and portable. And it has a cover that comes up. It's got spring hinges, got a gauge on it. It can get up to 800-something degrees. So you can do some serious cooking in there. And that has a round, looks like 6-7 inch cast iron burner. Very, very nice. Very well thought out construction, heavy duty wire steel. So I've got 2 videos coming out for that. I want to let you guys know all this, that we haven't been wasting, we've been not letting grass grow underneath our feet here. This coming Saturday, there'll be a review, and I'm going to do all my reviews now, whether it be tackle reviews, equipment reviews, cooking equipment reviews, whatever it is. I'm going to try to do them on Saturday and post them on Saturday for you to give you guys another day to look at it. And I did a full review at my home in Tennessee. I put it together. It's only about 5 or 6 parts. Took me about 45 minutes. I had the propane. I already had it aired out, fired it up. It went good. And then coupled with that, I did here in Tennessee, the next day I did a cooking, and that'll be coming up also. It's in the chain already to be viewed. I did a shrimp dinner. I'm not going to tell you anything else about it, but you're going to like it. It's going to be really nice with a special sauce. And I did that as a maiden test, the first time I cooked on that Blackstone combo, Tailgater combo, as it's called. Then I packed it up and I showed you guys in that one there. I got separate cases. Amazon sells it. It's a Blackstone product. 2 separate carrying cases. They're very well thought out, heavy duty cases, reinforced edges. And I've got it sitting in my back seat of my pickup. And I brought it down to Florida. I drove down this particular trip because of that. And we did another video at right on the side of the Anclote River where I bring my boat down and I enter into the St. Joseph Sound. And then from there, we go out to the Gulf. Well, anyway, we did a beautiful catch and cook there. And we took those grunts that we caught. We filleted them out there on the tailgate of the truck. I want to let you guys know that you can do the same thing. I've used it twice, and I'm very, very impressed. I'm going to be setting it up on my back porch while I'm here in Tennessee, and I'm going to use it then. Every time I go out on an excursion, I go fishing, the combo's coming with me because it took me 15 minutes to set it up, and I was ready. I got my 20-pound cylinder with me in a milk crate so it doesn't fall over in the truck, and I can cook, I can fillet and cook up anything. And if I go hunting, it's coming with us. So when we do our hunting videos, we'll have that there. We'll be able to cook up, who knows, maybe a backstrap, maybe a venison backstrap or something, but it should be good. So I've got that coming. While we were there, we went to, again, on the subject of seafood, we went to another restaurant. We found that we're traveling through a little town called Dunedin. You hear that a lot, I mentioned, because I'm only about 15 minutes from Dunedin, and Dunedin there's a causeway there, and you go to all different islands, and you can fish this causeway. It's an actual beachfront, and we fish it. There's a north side and a south side, and we fish a lot of times for, you get speckled sea trout, a pompano, a redfish for sure, and snook are just running the beach. And these carnivores come out early in the morning and late at night, usually when it's dusk. And you can catch it. A big group are over there too, because there's 2 overpasses on the bridges, and we fish for gag grouper over there, and sometimes red grouper come in that far as well. So it's an exciting place. And over there in Dunedin, Amy spotted it. We're driving down and looking, trying to catch every restaurant, see if we missed something. And boy, did we miss something. There's a restaurant called the Lucky Lobster Company. So we drove up into the parking lot. It was early in the morning. They weren't open yet. They opened up at 11. It was before that. And I saw 2 guys out there. They were, washing out the mats, just setting up the huge outdoor patio area. Really very cool setup. You guys would like this. And it impressed Amy and I. So I told the guy, I said, look, I want to come there and do a YouTube video, but I want to try you out first. And he informed me that the only lobster they serve there is New England cold water clawed lobster. I said, wow, in Florida of all places, and they keep them live in a tank. I said, great, it's going to be worth my time to come there. So we didn't do a video on that. We went there first. On my next trip, which I'll be going back here in another week and a half, I'll be going down there. We're going to do an actual video. We've got a time set aside with the manager. We're going to go to a certain part of the restaurant because it was packed the night we went there. And I didn't. It would have been rude to do any filming at that time. It's too many people. So we're going to go right when they open up, where everything is fresh, hot off the grill, and give you guys a good video on that. So we got that coming up. Now, also in our searching around Dunedin, we came across a place that I ate at a year ago, and I totally forgot about it. It's a 2-part business. It started out with, it's a seafood wholesale and retail outfit. It's a little warehouse with two garage doors. They open up. Very nice, right in the middle of eclectic USA. Just be all new stuff all around there. And it's a pretty high dollar area now. And it's called Jensen Brothers Seafood. This dude, we did a beautiful video there. We talked to Carly, who's the owner's daughter. She runs that. There's two enterprises there. Let me back up. You got Jensen Brothers Seafood and Retail, wholesale and retail. And they wholesale to all the restaurants. And then right alongside, maybe about 30 feet over to the right, is Carver's Fish House, which they started. I think that's pretty new. It's only about a year old, she told me. So it must have been within that year. I came there one day after I was fishing, and I had a dish, and I was really impressed with that. And this is before I started YouTube. So it was before February 26th of this year. So anyway, we did a great time, a real in-depth review. She walked us through that whole warehouse, their freezer, and they had a new fish that just came available to them called triple tail. It's like a dinosaur fish. And they had that on there. It was $21.99 a pound. They were selling it for across the counter for retail. Obviously, wholesale is better. So they had everything. Amberjack there. They had a lobster tail. Amy was impressed. She was telling her about it. No, I think it's North African lobster tail. Never heard of it. They said it's really sweet meat. It looks smaller, the piece I seen. It's only the lobster tail. And I'm assuming it's a warm water lobster, not a clawed, because it's just the tail. But they get like $49 a pound, I think, for that. And these were 8-ounce tails. So pretty pricey, but they said it's really, real delicious. So we did a real in-depth review on that and looked at everything. And then we went into Carver's Fish House and we ordered their best dish. I said, what's your number one dish? And they sell everything there. It's a very unique setup. You guys would like it. And I had a delicious a grouper sandwich. And that's all I want to say about it. I don't want to give away the ship here. And it was awesome. So you've got that video that's being edited right now. And that'll be will be up for posting this week. And in another 2 or 3 weeks, you'll see it on a Monday. Then we went to, we revisited, this is the first time I did this, and I'm really glad we did. We were in for a major surprise. We thought we were doing the surprise, not so. You guys seen our video, Speaks Clam Bar, and that was excellent, top shelf. Every way, service, food, ambiance, top shelf. Right in downtown Sarasota, right off of St. Armand Circle, which is just well spelled dollar signs. There's 250 shops in that circle. It's pricey in Sarasota. If any of you guys have visited down here, it's very pricey. Well, we revisited it, and Luciano, I don't have his last name in front of me, but I wanted to surprise him, and we just went there for dinner, Amy and I. And as usual, I couldn't remember what I ordered at first, but we wanted to order again the Ipswich from Massachusetts, these clams. And we ordered that, and they were just as good this time as they were the first time. Amy and I really had a good time there. And then I ordered cod. Oh my goodness, that was delicious. But again, yeah, clam bar was fantastic. Yeah, Amy, she went over the top of that too. It was just good. There was a surprise ending to that story. I don't want to say it. We had Luciano come to the table. He talked a little bit. I'm going to tell you, when you make an effort, and it's like one hand scratches, each other's back here. We gave an honest review the first time we were there. I'm not going to say things that people want to hear. A real honest review. And it was excellent the first time. It was so good. I said, hey, let's go on a date night, but please let me take my GoPro. I want to film it. I just want to film a revisit. And I thought you guys would like that. Well, we were in for a surprise, and I think you guys are going to really, really like it. Luciano showed his real colors. He was so impressed. First time I've talked to him and seen him since we aired that video, and he could not thank us. He was elated that we would come back. I said, well, why not? You are an excellent restaurant. This is a date night for me and Amy. And he was so impressed with that video. He said it just meant the world to him and the establishment. And they got good reviews on that. Treated us like kings and queens. And we had a blast. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And tell me where you're from. It says terrible coughing. I guess that's your YouTube name. Tell us where you're from whenever you guys come on board. But you guys are be looking for that. That is a really good video, good content, and absolutely great food. So if you go in these areas, man, go to them. Take our word for it. Me and Jack got taken one time. We went to a restaurant on a word from a friend's friend. That was already a sign I shouldn't have listened, but we didn't know. And somebody said they heard baloney. We went on Google, and I'm telling you, can't even believe the ratings. The rating gave it 5 stars, that it was just over the top. This place, for a seafood place by us. All right, just like the Juicy Seafood that we went to one time, we did a video, or the other one, I forget the name right now, but absolutely was just the opposite. The place stunk. It was a letdown. I opened the door, stuck my head in, looked, and said, we've got to go back to the truck. And I said, Jack, we're out of here, and don't look back. I'm not going to a place like this. It was totally it was so upsetting that I said, I didn't even want that smell on me anymore. I wanted to go to a better restaurant. And that was the day we went to Moby Dickey's here in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And we did a video on that. It was really, really cool. So if I give it 5 stars, I'm telling you, it's 5 stars. And again, everybody has different tastes, but for what we ate, I rate not the food, of course, is the most important thing. I can overlook a lot of things. If the food is great, man, I can overlook slow service, everything. But we take into account everything when we do a review, from service to the way the place is cleaned. I'm sorry. I read once that if you want to know how clean a restaurant is, go in their bathrooms and see how well they take care of the least important thing. In our eyes would be the bathroom, but in their eyes, if you take care of the least important, means the most important is going to be top shelf. And a lot of the McDonald's, for example, the bathrooms are hideous. I'm afraid to see what the kitchen's like. I'm afraid to see how they handle that food. Maybe I don't want to know. And none of us, we really don't know some of the real world behind the counter. And a lot of the restaurants will let me go back there in the kitchen, which I'm asking to do now. If I can go back there, I want to see you I ordered a dish. I want to see you make the dish. I just think you guys deserve that. I'd like to see it. And it's an eye opener for me too. And a lot of times I don't give a heads up call. I'll go somewhere. Yeah, see, my daughter knows. My daughter Jonna has the YouTube channel By Jonna's Kitchen, and she's just as well be a professional baker. She's a teacher in high school, and she's a professional baker on the side. Her and my other daughter, they're just over the top. She says, so true. It's the bathroom and the kitchen. That's the exact, really, if the kitchen is filthy and they don't care about that, and the bathrooms, I'm very sorry. Now, just because we talked about the bathrooms, I just always go to the bathroom when I leave a restaurant. That's in it. That's what I do. Yes, By Jonna's Bakery, By Jonna Bakery. And I went to the bathroom there at Speaks. Oh man, it was top shelf. The tile was awesome and clean. It was gorgeous. Everything was beautiful. It wasn't a beat up old commode with a worn out seat. Everything was nice. They paid attention to detail. Everything was clean. Even the flush valve that you flush the commode was all shiny. And I know I'm talking about really minors here, but the bathroom, the sink was clean. It was nice. They treated you nice. So, sorry. Oh, Jonna, she's just letting it out tonight. when you are cooking for us, your kitchen is very clean. Well, look, whenever you do, there's a lot of cooks that watch this channel, people that really love the world of cooking. I don't care what you're cooking. And especially in bakery, I have to say this, and I have to give them a little bit of a lot of line here. I mean, I can't, when you're baking, come on, you're going to get, the flour's going to get, the countertop's your workspace. You can't be cleaning every 5 seconds and be anal on that. You can't do that. You got to give a little room there because it's a workspace. I mean, you're going to make, it's a mess, but it's really a masterpiece in the making. And when it's finished, you look at the beautiful cake or the bread or the pizza that you made. That was worth it. Then you clean up and you go enjoy it with your family. So enough said for that. But all of that plays a part if you go to a restaurant. Now, I went to another restaurant. It's funny that we're on this. I went to another restaurant that I'm going to tell you I was not impressed with. I have 3 other brothers, and they were visiting in Florida. We just all got together. And they came. One of my brothers lives in Florida, and I have a home. I go back and forth there. And so we all got together. We're probably about 20, 22 of us. That's not even all the kids. And we went to a restaurant called Rusty Belly's, right on the, off the water that feeds the Anclote River. And I drive by it when you'll see on one of my videos, in fact, on the video with the grunt video, as we were going down, when I told you I left and you saw my motor behind me, if you look to the right there where I was talking about the commercial boats, they were parked right alongside the building, right alongside it with the plastic screens that come up and down. That's Rusty Belly's. Great setting. It's great, but sorry. Absolutely no comparison to Speaks Clam Bar. Absolutely no comparison to these really quality restaurants. No comparison. And the food, sorry, I don't even know that I want to do a video there. So I don't think I want to waste your time there. I wasn't impressed. I've eaten there twice, and that was 2 times too many. And I'm not going back. It was tolerable. Let me just say that. It wasn't bad food. It was tolerable. And my expectations are high. I want good. If you're going to cook it right, cook it good, and deliver it right in a nice setting. Everything, you tell a book by its cover. When Jonna or Lauren, they make a beautiful cake, you don't see underneath it all the mess that they had to put it all together and, the layers and all the goop, the chocolate syrup or whatever it is, or whatever's the inside. And it's all covered with a beautiful, almost like a plastic cover, which is hardened chocolate or hardened vanilla or the icing. It's just beautiful. Well, that's not the way food is delivered there. And the taste wasn't there. So when you guys go out, I mean, this is not being critical. I'm just telling you for a fact. Would I eat there again if I had to? Yeah, I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to be a stick in the mud. I'm going to go with the family. I'm not going to say, no, I don't go there no more. But on my own, I'm not going there. I have no intention of going there anymore unless I know things have changed. And I'm sorry. I don't care if you're in the bayou in Louisiana, if you're in the back roads in a nice country place. Cleanliness is a lot. Really nice stewardesses, hostesses. It goes a long way. When you guys go into a Cracker Barrel, they're known for the best waitresses around. Why? They train their people. They pick the best in that business. Why not? A nice face, someone, girl or a guy coming in like barely putting their clothes on and they look like they just got out of bed. Come on, I don't want you handling my food. I don't want you taking my order. I mean, really, I look better than you. Impress me. I mean, that's what you go for. You go to be served. So I say this not arrogantly, and I don't say this to be mean, but that's what's expected when you're serving the public. Remember, you're serving. Put your best foot forward from what you wear, your gait, how you serve, and the food. Let it be promptly on time. Let it be nice and fresh. Let it be hot. I'm sorry. If people come over the house, whenever I do a prime rib, we have a lot of things going on in my home here. Hey, view to a grill. Well, thank you. Thanks for checking in, brother. Let me know where you guys are from. And if anybody else, there's another person there, terrible coughing, let us know where you're from for everybody else so we know we've got Alaska. Man, this is awesome, man. Absolutely awesome. And I know my friends in Maine are watching. I know that. So I want to say a big shout to Justin and to Becca. And say hello to Frank at Sprague's Lobster. I will never forget. So food is my subject. Absolutely. So we were talking about you. You know, food is the end product of which you go to a restaurant. Obviously, your mouth is, especially if you went on great recommendations. Oh man, I'm chomping at the bit, man. Sometimes, it's like I gotta wipe the saliva off. I can't wait to chow down if it's a steak or if I'm going to a great seafood place, whatever it is. It could be chicken. It doesn't make a difference. You can make chicken taste like filet mignon if you know what you're doing. If you're a great cook, you do magic in the kitchen. I come to see magic and I come to eat magic. I'm sorry. I do that. I'm impressed. And guess what? I take my hat up to you guys and I learn from you guys. So even my buddy View to a Grill, if you got great recipes, post them on my site. Get them emailed to me. And if it's in the realm of seafood, I'm going to cook it. I'm going to cook it. And you guys can give me constructive advice. If I missed a point, tell me. I'll do it and you'll get all the credit. So enough said, but that's how we do our reviews. View to Grill, hey, if you're paying for it, then you deserve it. You're preaching to the choir, as my daughter would say to me. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll tell you something about me. I'm not like a lot of people. I'm never, ever rude. Never. I don't go with an ulterior motive to a restaurant and say, well, I'm going to find a flaw and then the manager's going to come and, they're all nervous. Oh, what are you going to do? You're going to badmouth us? You're going to give us a bad review? You can have the meal for free? No, baloney. I'm not part of that. I respect and I appreciate the hard work that goes in there. They don't make a lot of money, and I'm not cheap on my tips. I'm sorry. It doesn't mean I'm money bags, but I believe they need to be treated right. And that's from the Bible. So if it's in your power to do it, do it. These poor waitresses and waiters, they make garbage money that the government allows, and then they live totally on our tips. So take care of it. And especially if you get one that goes out of the way, just give from your heart, not your pocketbook. So that's how I do a restaurant, and I look at it. And if it could be a little five and dime little place where it just does hamburgers. Could be the best hamburgers in the world because I had great service. And I love it. I love it. I'll give you an example. When Stephen, my buddy Steve Bartholomew and I, we went many years together. We went back and forth to Montauk Point, Long Island, to go surf fishing for bluefish and striped bass. Let me tell you, that is a little protected town. Walmart, McDonald's, none of the box stores are allowed there on that part of Long Island. So it is very protected. I like that. I really do, because they're taking care of their own and they got great product too. It's not garbage. They got a Montauk bakery there that rivals anybody I've ever been to. The food is so good, and so is the coffee. Coffee's outrageous. Well, they got like 20 single pot burners going. In the morning, it is jammed with a line out the door. I think there's a whole bunch of Jamaican women there that make the food. They're outrageous cooks. So that's where I first had a scone. I never had a scone in my life. And it's not like the scones that you see at Panera's that they're triangle shaped. Nah. Everybody knows what a cream puff is. Well, these are like cream puffs on steroids. They're literally like this, like that big, about 6 inches across, about 5-6 inches tall. It's like just blowing up like a gigantic popcorn, loaded either with blueberries or raspberries, and I mean big ones. I would eat 2 of them for breakfast, and I know that's a carb overdose, but man, it was outrageous. It tasted real good. But what I'm getting at is, and that's an example there of spot on service, spot on coffee. And then we went to a breakfast place called John's Breakfast. John's Diner, I think it's, or John's Breakfast. But he's been there probably 60 years. And the ladies that work there, I could tell they're really hard workers. They're local people. They work there anywhere from 20 to 40 years, their tenure. And I've seen some of these ladies, every year we go there, that's where they're working. And they're working hard, let me tell you. They got great food. Their breakfasts are huge. And I like that when if I'm going to pay good money, I like a lot of food. Well, their service is beyond expectations. You don't even have to ask for coffee. It's being filled. They don't ask you on what you get refilled. It's just so much on the, they're aggressive in the right way. And that's what you want. It's so nice to they go out of their way to meet your needs or expect what your need might be. Here, let me give you this. Let me give you. This is awesome. It's just, you get treated really nice. And they get very personable with you and they give you the attention you deserve. And this, so we've been going there and there's a place there. No, it's not going to get a great Google rating. It's not going to do any of that. It's all word of mouth. And usually word of mouth is better than all this nonsense on Google ratings. That's all garbage. A lot of that is not true at all. And it's their own people saying it because you find out. And I think that place we went to in Goodlettsville had to be all the homies and their family. They're the ones that did that. It had to be their family because nobody in their right mind would give them 5 stars. Absolutely not. They don't need to be in business places like that. So you go from one end of the spectrum to the other end when it's overpriced. And we went to a very expensive Mexican restaurant, Amy and I, one time called Besitos in Tampa, Florida, at I believe it was the International Mall. They got really nice restaurants there. And Maggiano's, Mitchell Seafood, really very nice. And Lauren, expensive, yes, your middle name. Yeah, don't listen to my daughters. I'll go the extra mile for a good meal, for a cup of coffee. I'll drive. I don't care. I'll go to the next town. If I hear something is cooking and it's good, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. And it's not because I got the camera. I did this before I got into YouTube, but just who I am. So I value that. Now, some people eat to live. I honestly live to eat. I'm not that I'm fat and I got to watch the midriff like everybody else, the battle of the bulge, but I live to eat good dishes. I don't want just everyday norm. Like I go to a cool Chinese place here. It's a 2-bit hole in the wall. And the Chinese food is fresh cooked right in front of me, puts it all together. I love it. And it tastes fantastic. Oh, you have me. No, I love it. I love it. You learn to expect, you just want to be treated nice. And like you said, Beautiful Grill, if you're paying for it, then you deserve the best. That's it. That's great. And you know something? Most of the places we eat at, they're just the most humble, the most sweetest people in the world. I truly appreciate them. I like it when my first wife, Sharon, passed away 12 years ago, going to be 11 years ago. It was 2008, January 1st. Do you know how many people came from the local Paneras? My wife was there all the time with my kids, as each one took a different lunch break. They all worked with me at our store, at our business. She would go there and became such personal friends with them. And their food is always good at Paneras. I like it. It just made great friendships there. And a lot of friendships are around food. Everybody look at your life. If you're in business, you do a lot of, what do? You take a client out for dinner, for lunch, a luncheon appointment. Food is somehow involved in every part of our life. And usually good things. You go to a picnic, it's about food. You go to a football game, man, you're chowing down on something. It's how it is. It's just, we go to a movie, first thing we do is get the popcorn. They make sure they get all the candy. You know, my wife's a candy freak, like my girls. Gotta have that. She's a sugar nut. And they love that. And I'll have water, and I like my popcorn. And I know I shouldn't have it with a lot of butter, but it's not worth eating popcorn if you don't have butter. So all I'm saying is it's an experience. I love good experiences. In Nashville, Tennessee right now, we have outrageous eating places are coming in now that we're going to be experimenting with and going to see great burger joints. And it won't be on this channel because I'm not going to stray too far from our theme, but I'm going to be looking for good places, and I'm not going to be critical. I want to enjoy it. I want to get their best dish from their mouths, and I want to see if it's as good to them as it is to me. It's a home run. That's it, and I'll be happy about that. Now, maybe when we go back, let's say to Speaks Clam Bar or some other restaurant that we've been to already, maybe I won't like every dish they make, but they hit a stinking home run with the Ipswich clams. First, I never heard of Ipswich clam. Never knew that existed. But I loved it. Then the dishes that I had, and then the surprise dish that he bought. Oh man, we're coming back. But we're going to come back down the road a little bit. I'm not going to ruin a good friendship there. I don't ruin a good welcome. So we have great memories, Amy and I, my family and I. We go to nice places and we just have a ball. Even if we go to Mexican, we go to nice Mexican. But that's right, I got off tangent. When I went to Besitos, Amy was told, hey, one of our friends said, yeah, you're going to love Besitos. It's a Mexican restaurant. Okay, good, a gourmet. So I just don't think, and this is not to offend anybody, I don't think of Mexican as gourmet. So obviously I need to be educated here. So we went there. I said, gourmet, oh, cool. So we got dressed up and we went there. Well, I'm not going back to Besitos again. That's hands down. I'm not. First, we paid this much money and our dishes were like this. Let me tell you, small little burrito. These were like miniature. I said, you got to be kidding me. And the price was way exorbitant. Everything was exorbitantly priced. I don't have a problem with paying a lot of money for a meal, but give me a meal. Give me something here. You know, I mean, I'm not saying to come out with a 22-ounce porterhouse, but if I order a nice steak, give me something to put my teeth into. If I order some Mexican food, and especially if it's gourmet, well, man, surprise me. Well, I got surprised in the wrong way. It was a big letdown, to say the least. The food was good. Yes, it was good. My wife is a connoisseur on salsa. I'm not. I know good salsa and bad salsa, but she literally drinks that salsa. She goes through more salsa than I've seen anybody in my life. And there's certain restaurants. There's a great Mexican restaurant in Tampa. It's amazing we're talking about Mexican now, but if you're in Tampa, there's a great Mexican restaurant called Miguel's. Go there. I promise you, the line, sometimes there's a 2-hour wait. His food is excellent. The price is very nice. It's a little more than if you just go to a local Mexican place because they're all over the place. This is a step up. Great service, great food. Their salsa, hands down, is the best I've ever seen. We even took a big dish of it. We asked them for it. They gave us a big plastic thing of it, a container of salsa to take home. That's how good that salsa was. So you guys will be very impressed with that. So we've eaten at some really nice restaurants, and it just, when you leave, you have a great taste in your mouth, and you leave with one thought: when are we going to go back again? The restaurant hit a home run. I have no problem what I paid for it if I leave there licking my chops, if I can use that crude illustration, and saying, man, that was so good, I want to go back again. Absolutely. I don't like to go to buffets because they're not good. I'm not good with a buffet. Even if I take a little bit of this and a little bit of that, it's a buffet. There's 800 items there. So if you take a little bit of everything, you're going to come out of there in a wheelbarrow. I don't need that. It's not good, and I don't get a good appreciation. And no way can a good buffet compare to a sit-down restaurant, whether it be Chinese or Mexican or Italian buffet, anything. Get a meal, get somebody to do some great work on it, and that's what it's all about. But I'm not rude when we go out to eat. If the steak is overcooked, or like, for example, we ate at Cracker Barrel. I had my oldest granddaughter with me the other night. In fact, that was last night, rather. So Elise and I went as Jana's daughter, and I had my heart set on, they have a whiting, I forgot what they call it, haddock fillet. I love haddock. And it's breaded, it's not fried. I said, okay, great. And it's cornmeal breading. And I usually knock a lot of the cornmeal off to keep the carbs down. And I like it with fresh tartar sauce. Well, they discontinued it. Now that already was a big, that irritated me. So I said to myself, great. And even the guy said, yeah, he felt bad too. He said, yeah, man. He said, everybody loves haddock. And they stopped it. So for whatever reason. Okay, that was a business decision on Cracker Barrel. Well, I said, well, look, I don't want to eat meat. I had steak the other night. So I said, I only want to take so much red meat a week. So I had their rainbow trout, which is excellent. They're thin fillets, they're two fillets, but they're really tasty. So I said, let me have that in tartar sauce. Now, let me give you an example. The service was excellent for this young kid, excellent. I want to say that. Now, he forgot something. I never got my tartar sauce. Now, I had called him up and I said, you know what? I already started eating it. I put some lemon juice on. I said, well, I don't want lemon juice and tartar sauce mixed. I already sprinkled the lemon over that, which lemon is great on the fish too. I said, forget it. I'm not going to bother him, but I would have liked, now part responsibility on his part would be, if you're really a good waiter or waitress, you listen to your customer. Make a note. That's why you have a pad there. Write down what they want. So he wasn't listening. All right, brother. Good to see you. And View to a Grill. Just tell me where you're from. I need to know what part of the country or the world you're from. But that's what he should have did. But no big deal. Galveston, Texas. Way to go, man. Way to go. If I'm ever down that way, I will definitely call on you. And send me your videos because I want to see them. Oh, you're getting hit by a tropical storm right now? Yeah, they said there's a name for that storm. I knew it started out in Mexico. So storms are coming, and it's terrible what's happening. But our heart and our prayers go out to everybody, that everybody be careful. And hopefully there won't be as much devastation as happened with Dorian. But we got some Humberto is coming next. It's already Category 2. They said there was 5 more behind it. All my vids are on YouTube. Just posted a beer can chicken today. Oh, good. I'll check it out. Check it out for sure. Well, thank you for joining, brother. And anyway, as a good waiter, he should have remembered that. So that he's upcoming, but he was clean cut, and it's the type that Cracker Barrel, he's still in training. That's the type of people that Cracker Barrel has. So that's what I look for. We got treated really nice at Carver's Fish House with Carly, even though we got one-on-one treatment. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Where else did we go? We ate at so many different restaurants, and that's something that Amy and I do a lot. A lot of other YouTubers are doing food challenges. Will you do a fish smoothie? Oh, Lord. Will you do a fish smoothie challenge for us next week on Chatting with Charles? You're on. I love it. You know, Amy knows me. I love challenges. Why? Because I don't back down. All right. Never heard of a fish smoothie. So I got to get my palate ready for this one. And I hope it's good ingredients. So don't scare me, honey. Wes, have you tried making Jack's Lazy Man cucumber salad yet? No, I don't know half the recipes that Jack has done yet. I hope it's a good one. It sounds good, man. A cucumber. Oh, I love cucumber. Fresh cucumber. Yes, I like it. No, but I haven't. And Wes, for the sake of everybody else that's online, let us know what part of the country you're from or what part of the world. We're going all across the continent here. We went all the way to Alaska tonight, so that's pretty cool. But we did. We also produced, and I posted it, a popping cork video on an adjustable popping cork. There's a lot of popping corks out there. I like a weighted popping cork that's adjustable, so I did that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, I tried to make that as simple for those that really don't know much about fishing. They could buy one of them if they get the bobber stopper that I tell them, and they hook it up with any kind of the baits. I can make an excellent fisherman or fisherwoman out of them. Yeah, the smoothie's in the realm of seafood. Yeah, haha. So the lobster that we had at Frankie's Lobster, I wanted to say this, was strictly a warm water lobster. It wasn't bad. It doesn't compare, of course, to cold water. That's, again, my personal opinion. I love it when I'm in Florida. That's predominantly what I'm going to eat. If I get lobster, it's probably going to be a warm water. I'm probably, after you see Frankie's Lobster video and after you see these other lobster videos, you guys might come to the same conclusion that when you're in Rome, you do as the Romans do. And what I mean is, if I'm in Florida and it's locally caught lobster, it's going to be the freshest. That's probably what I want to be chowing down on. It's no matter how good the restaurant is, and I say this on behalf of Speaks as well as all the other seafood restaurants, and all respect to them, nothing compares to fresh fish out of the ocean. So Maine, I take my hat off. My heart's in Maine. It's the best lobster I've ever had in my entire life. And we were there 10 days, and most days I had it twice for lunch and dinner. I could not get enough, no repercussions, and excellent ingredients. So you do you well to go to Massachusetts or go to one of the New England states up there, get fresh lobster right out, caught that day or the day before. You will see what I'm talking about. Amy went nuts over the lobster. I ate the biggest lobster of my life, 3.54 pounds, all by my little self. And Amy was already had her meal, and I said, I got to eat this, and I don't want to share. But I have to say, that was a heck of a lot of lobster, and I think I underestimated how much a 3.54 pound lobster, how much meat is inside there. There was a heck of a lot of meat. And I ate it all, and I was truly, wow, I was full. It was no repercussions, no stomach aches, nothing. It tasted off the charts. There's no way I could tell you until you guys do it. So anyway, the fishing, let's get off the subject of that food for a minute. Let me just talk about fishing now. I fished quite a bit every day looking. First, I wanted to get quality footage for everybody. I just didn't want to do I'm not going to slapstick a video. And, I had a great day when I did the crazy redfish. That was caught that day, posted and uploaded that Saturday morning. I was up real late that night putting that together, but that was a great day. So they're coming back. And after I talked to you guys about red tide, it really had a devastating effect on Florida. I talked to FWC. They came up and they normally check our licenses. We were fishing one day, my buddy Jerry there. And they come up, you got your license, fine. And Jerry knew the guy, first name basis. So he's just asking, hey, you see anybody keeping snook or redfish? Because let me tell you what the fine is now. $500 if you're caught with a snook, a redfish, or a speckled trout. Taboo until May 31st, 2020. I got it right from the horse's mouth. Unless things change, they're going to lift the ban. And they're giving it a chance to rebuild itself. These fish grow really fast. They procreate them, and they are moving and grooving. But FWC, they have hatcheries here in Florida. The Army Corps has hatcheries where they have introduced 6,000 at a time redfish hatchlings. I don't know if they were a foot long or smaller, into the water to help bolster the growth and the comeback. Red tide, whether nobody really knows how many fish there are. It's all guess. It's all guessing. But one thing is a fact that tens of thousands of tons, I know what I'm saying here, tens of thousands, that they had to use these articulated boom trucks to pick these up and load tractor trailer, dump truck after dump truck. There was over 66,000 tons on Sarasota Bay on the beaches. All kinds of dead mammals, porpoises, tortoises, everything got affected across the board because this particular organism killed all the oxygen. So this is a chance for it to come back. So I have to be patient. When I do go back now to Tampa, I'm going to be making an effort now, making some contacts, and hopefully going to collaborate with some other YouTube channels down there. And that's the avenue I want to go down now for a while and start speculating and see if we have really nice YouTubers over there that want to do this together with us. And I want to do fishing in Tampa Bay. I don't know any of the area of Tampa Bay. I'm going to learn it. And fishing in the Skyway Bridge. Great fishery, great grouper. There's red grouper and gag in there now in the shipping channels. And snapper, big snapper, 4 or 5 pound snapper. Like we're talking 18 to 22 inch snapper. Mangrove and red snapper. And red snapper grows a whole lot bigger than that. So That's going to be one of the areas that I'm pushing. I'm pushing to get into. So that's what's coming up. And I'll tell you something really funny. I have to say something else about food. You'll love this. We got a big surprise in Florida on this trip. My wife loves Mexican way more than me. And we went, and I'll end with this because we're at the hour mark now. We went to a restaurant called Carmelitas. And I believe it's on 580. My wife will correct me if I'm wrong. And it's in the town. I think it's in Dunedin or maybe listed as Clearwater. But anyway, this is a really nice, very clean, very well run. There's 5 of them, we found out. 2 brothers that own Carmelitas. So we went there for Mexican food late afternoon. And guess what? You would have never dreamed I saw it on the menu. It wasn't lobster. They had pork chops. I'm saying, pork chops at a Mexican? I said, no, you're kidding. So I talked to the guy and he said, listen, he said, that's one of the hidden secrets here. Most people don't order it. They're 2 huge bone-in pork chops. Well, the bone would be no bigger than my thumb. That was it. And the pork chop was a big, 2 of them. Oh my goodness. So I said, you know what? I like taking chances. I like to try the food. He said, you will not be disappointed. You're going to be surprised how much meat you get. I did. I took home a pork chop. And this is me, a guy who can chow down. I took home a whole pork chop and part of the meal. I could not believe I did that. It was so much pork chop at a Mexican restaurant. So if you're in Dunedin or Clearwater coming to visit, first of all, great Mexican food. The salsa there is really nice. They make 2 styles. They have a tangy one and a mild one. And the mild one is more like what you guys always see as the salsa. Go to Carmelitas and you will not be disappointed. This station isn't about Mexican food or any other food but seafood. But man, that was just off the charts. I was very surprised to see that. Anyway, we had a great time tonight. I really enjoyed myself doing this. You guys are the bomb. You guys are really the bomb. And I look forward to putting together a program, great subjects to talk about. And I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying it. So from Fishhook to you, God bless. And I will see you guys on the next one. And be sure, if you're brand new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. We're bringing in a lot more content. We're trying to spiff up the videos and make them even more appealing with music and some other stuff. So bear with us. We're growing the channel. You guys are the reason that it is what it is. And we really want to grow it and get where we need to be with this and get a really good name out there. And again, thank you so much for all of you guys that do send in comments. I really appreciate that. I read everyone. I don't dismiss any. And I appreciate it. And I want to tell you, thank you for being faithful subscribers to this channel. So guys, smash that subscribe button. Be part of the Fishhook Nation here. And we'll see you guys next week. Take care.